Resident Evil Afterlife is a mess of a movie. If you didn't see the first three, you'll really be lost. Even if you have seen the first three films and you know them well, you'll probably still be confused. I watched this with two people who've seen all the films. We went in sort of prepared, and we walked out going, what was the point of? And what was happening in the scene where? Then why were they? Until we all agreed this movie was just hopelessly confused with itself and a mess. Now, it does look sort of good in places. It does use the 3D cameras of James Cameron's Avatar, unlike other films this year that have converted from 2D to 3D. The 3D does look good in a lot of places, but a lot of the 3D models they throw at the screen don't look good at all. They look fake and sloppy in 2D, and 3D maybe makes them worse. And this is one of those movies where the 3D isn't just a part of scene by scene. It's just full of, here, let me throw this thing at you. Let's find, people pointing at the screen, weapons coming at the screen. It doesn't really add anything, but reminds you of the fact that you're looking at 3D rather than enhancing the film by making the whole movie have depth. Now, the depth of some of these shots, too, though, this is some of the worst sets I've seen in a movie in a while. The physical location, when they go from like a roof to outside of the building they're on, they fly from Alaska to LA, just the physics of it do not make sense. There's a huge underground bunker city lab that also just defies physics and where they're going, what they travel. It's just horrible design. The acting's definitely nothing good. But the worst of all in a movie like this, for it to fail in, is the action. This movie has more slow motion than 300, the Matrix films, or any other film I can think of. And the real problem, though, is that the director doesn't know how to use, the 3D to enhance the action or the slowdown either. If you look at a movie like 300, the going to slow motion enhances the action scenes. The Matrix did this, where it lets you study something, see something better. Sherlock Holmes and other good examples. This movie literally just slows down entire action scenes blow by blow. It's ridiculous. It's boring. When you have Mila Jovovich fighting a giant axe-wielding monster and I'm bored, you're doing it wrong. There is a story I could talk about, but really, if you've listened to this review this far, my complaint about how ludicrous the story unfolds isn't going to sway you much in either direction. Needless to say, it contradicts itself every 10 to 15 minutes or so, maybe even less. It's got a couple of good points, but still, I can only give this 1 out of 5. Maybe 2 if I was more generous, but I'm pretty sure if I saw it again, I'd even think 1 out of 5 is a little high.